You all know my first guest. Well, maybe you don't all know my first guest. You should. He's one of the co-stars of the NBC comedy series My Two Dads, which airs Wednesday nights at 9:30, and he's a very funny guy. Would you welcome Mr. Paul Reiser? Good to see you again.
Nice to see you,
And I owe an apology because the last time you were here, I think we ran real long one night.
Yes.
And you didn't get on, and I don't like to do that.
I've forgiven you. I've worked it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right with it.
But, you know, it's funny because, as an entertainer, you get kind of keyed up. You get the adrenaline going, ready to come on, and all of a sudden, it's not there.
But that happens. That happens. So you know what I'll do is tonight I'll just stay extra long. I'll do like 90 minutes.
Even after we go off the air?
Way off the air.
You stay here
right until Letterman. I'll still be going.
Go for Letterman.
Tell you that my next time.
It's been a while since we've seen you.
Yeah, I was here a couple of months ago, and we've been churning out shows. Churning out those My Two Dads.
Now, are you currently on what they call hiatus or what? I don't know how far you tape ahead.
No, we're in the middle of our season. We had a couple of weeks off for Thanksgiving, and so I thought, gee, I could take time off, but no. So I was working. I was out on the road doing
clubs and stuff.
Doing clubs, telling jokes to people I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know these people, and I just told. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, it's
some people love the Jay Leno, for example, loves to go on the road, plays a couple of hundred and some dates a year.
Yeah. No, I've never really done it that much. I mean, I love when I get a chance to. You know, the working is fun.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause they always say, I don't know who said it years ago, but you know, performers work for nothing and they just get paid to hang out in airports and fly on planes. That's what that's the hard part of it. And I mean, I don't have any fear of flying. I love it. My fear is being trapped next to somebody in a plane who wants to talk for 4 hours. I mean, and I get these chatting people. They're people who they talk to you and they talk about nothing and they just go on and on. He says, well, with prices the way they are today, I don't have to tell you. I said, good, then talk to somebody else. As long as you're not legally bound to tell me, move along. And people will go on, and it's my fault because I don't know how to return the conversational ball. They'll ask you, I get stymied by simple questions. The guy says to me, he says, is it going to rain today? And I think like I should know that. And I feel bad that I don't know that. I said, well, I couldn't tell you. Why don't you ask somebody else? Like, wouldn't he be scared if I did know? Wouldn't that be frightening? Yeah. You're sitting next to the guy who knows when it rains. It's like, yeah, 3:30 to 3:45. Keep it to yourself. And by the way, that car trip you're taking next week, don't do it. You know, I just feel crazy about you. You know, and then I mean, see, there are people who can do it. Anybody can sit here.
Oh, no, I'm not particularly good on a plane with strangers. No. Well, you get trapped in that nothing conversation.
Exactly.
But guy says, great day to fly. Yeah, good day.
But these are the same kind of people who I think, just because you're sitting next to each other, you should be friends. This is the same people who on the road will honk their horn because they have the same car, you know? That's like that's a base of a very solid friendship. You're driving, hey, Chevy!
It somehow binds you together, right?
We'll keep in touch. We'll correspond over the years. You bet, pal. Our kids will grow up together. It'll be a beautiful thing. But people, you'll just get into a normal conversation, and then you realize you feel bad because you don't know how to return it. The guy said to me, where you from, blah, 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 we're talking. I said, what do you do for a living?
Good. That's good.
That was good. All right? So he said, he said to me, I manufacture ball bearings. That's what it's a fine job. He manufactures ball bearings. Then I'm thinking, what do I say now? If somebody said to you, what is a possible keep that conversation alive statement? Yeah. You know what I came up with? I said, oh, really, the round ones or what? That's all I had.
That's good. Good.
I mean, how much is there about ball bearings?
Is this seasonal work? Might it work? Is this seasonal? I have no idea.
That's good. That's because you get into conversations that you realize you're way over your head. I mean, simple thing, like, even like the news and current events, you don't want to say you don't know. So people say, you kind of get in, the guy says, well, how about what's going on in Europe? I go, well, isn't that something? Good. Then they get specific. He says, well, what do you think of what's going on in Berlin? I said, Berlin, specifically Berlin? What do I think? Yeah, I don't really know what's going on in Europe. I lied. I don't know Europe. I shouldn't be in this conversation. I know they knocked down a wall. They're putting in a guest room or something. They're doing something. I don't know exactly. But it's like, people say, did you see this movie? You see that movie? And you don't want to say no. You go, oh, yeah, I saw that. And they go, well, and a lot of times you didn't see the movie, You saw it on cable. You see a movie on cable, you saw 2 scenes every day for a month. That's all, you saw the same scene. So you kind of know what the movie's about, you know what it roughly looks like, but you shouldn't be talking about it. That's the problem. So the guy says, oh, you saw it? You remember that scene where the guy walks in and the thing explodes? And you go, Not that scene specific. No, I don't remember that. Go, how about when she comes home and her husband's with the other woman? No, I don't remember that. But you saw the movie? No, on cable. I saw it on cable. I shouldn't have been in this conversation. My fault again. I just... But you know what you do? There are tricks. There are certain little phrases that you learn that you just drop them in, and people think that you're listening. People think that you know what you're talking about. Just every time the conversation drops, you go, hey, if it's not one thing, it's another. Boom, you're in.
That's good. That's good.
And there's a whole chain of them. Just go, well, it's the same all over. Or you go, well, that's crazy what's going on. Or my personal favorite, well, just look at the Japanese. Boom, you're in for a half an hour. Mention that, I don't even know if that's good or bad. If it's admiring, you just mention another culture, you're in for half an hour. There are people who do this for an entire conversation. You just string them together, and it sounds like you're an intelligent person. You go, well, you kidding? It's the same all over. Look what's going on all over the world. Everybody's different. It used to be different. Today, it's the same. Everybody's crazy. Look at the Japanese. Boom. It's a whole thing.
Whole conversation, you said absolutely nothing.
Right. You don't have to sit near anybody. You can fly alone.
That's another way to look at it. Yes. There are two sides to that.
Exactly.
What two sides? Who cares?
What can you do? It's different.
We'll be back. Who means that? We know that. Be careful. Anyway, we're talking with Paul Reiser about traveling and the people you run into. You know what I get if I travel a lot? People will say, who's that guy you had on the show a couple of weeks ago? Something like that. And I said, what guy? You know, the brown-haired guy. And you're trying to help. I said, you mean Paul Reiser? No, not him. It's and then you give him a list. And you play guessing games for an hour.
Well, it's worse when they do it to you yourself. And they go, I know you from somewhere. And you go, yeah, Paul Reiser, my two dads. No. All right, let's try this. Carl Malden. No, it's not that. You're trying to keep... But the people who you know, will start what you know is going to be the longest story. You're sitting on a plane, and the guy, you know it's going to be long when you hear the phrase, to make a long story short. Forget it. That's way too late.
Yeah.
They only said it because you started dozing off on their chest. You were leaning over. There are some people who can literally not make any story short. They start way before the story, and they go back to their birth. They just bring you up to date. They tell you things that have nothing to do with the story. A guy had a simple question. A guy had a Band-Aid on his face. I said, what'd you do, cut yourself shaving? He said, I was having breakfast. I go, here we go. He's having breakfast, and then he's got to first shower and shave, take out the razor. I don't have that kind of time. It's 3 hours, you know. It's explaining. And people who are enormously dull, they know it. You know, there's a certain point in their life, they realize they're a dull person. They're a dull person. And what they do is, they poke you. People will talk to you. So anyway, and they just annoy you, and they poke you and tap you, and you just want to deck them. It's just so anyway.
And I'm one of those people who does not like.
Ooh, I know. I thought of that halfway into the poke.
No, but there are a lot of people who do this. They'll actually, you know, do this. I got to tell you this. You know what I mean? Well, I watch you all the time.
Well, they lean. You get the leaners. They lean on your arm. They just kind of go. Actually, the more dull the story, the harder they lean. Because what they're doing is keeping you from fleeing. That's their whole thing. Because they know what's uninteresting. They go, so we moved all our savings to a CD. And they go, oh, you broke my arm. Look at that. That's how dull that is. You broke my arm.
That's to keep you there under control.
But they want to explain. The only time I do it, I find I explain things to strangers when I want something. And then I explain way more than I have to. Like, if you get something done, I always feel like if I don't have a good reason, I won't get what I want. I mean, if I go to, get change, I'll say, can I get 4 quarters, please? I plan to buy gum. He doesn't want to know that. Just tell him. I walk into a crowded elevator. Could you press 7, please? Having lunch with a friend. He didn't ask me. Probably Chinese food. He didn't ask me, but I feel the need.
Over-explaining.
Why? I don't know. Many things I don't know.
So you're on the road long, doing clubs and concerts or what?
I go out a couple of days when I can between the shows.
Now, that's late night stuff. Now you come back and you do a TV show. You're back in a completely different schedule.
Yeah.
Quieter, daytime, early morning stuff.
Yeah, it's like normal life, which is, I'm not a morning person. I mean, I don't like, see, I said, where every day goes wrong? There's a moment in every morning where the whole day just starts to go off track. When you get out of bed, it's usually good. You're happy to be awake and you're okay. Then you walk into the bathroom, you turn on the lights, and you look in the mirror. That's your first mistake. Nobody looks in the mirror and is ever happy. I mean, it's always a disappointment. No matter who you are, you just look in the mirror and you go, that's not what I was hoping for, no. I could have sworn I was better looking, gee. Because nobody ever looks in the mirror and goes, that's about right. They always start fixing. They just move their hair and they start tucking in their cheeks and they go, no, that's not working either. So then you go in the shower and you do the best you can and, you comb your hair, you come out, you put clothes on, you look in the mirror again and you go, no, that's still not working, no. Who was I thinking of that's better looking than this? It's somebody. Yeah. There's something that happens when you sleep, scientifically, with your face. So while you sleep, you go to bed normal, you wake up, you have no face. The features have gone away while you sleep. I think, actually what happens is, while the moon comes over here, your features will go to Europe and work on European faces. So they can go to work and not be embarrassed, look like Mr. Potato Head. They come in, if you wake up too early, your face is not back. So this is all documented.
No, I know, of course it is.
I'm not just making this up.
This is some scientific... I'm with you, yeah. Gravity takes over, something.
And so because you know why I think you look disgusting in the morning? It's because nature intends us, it keeps you humble. It keeps you humble because at night you're thinking of your problems, you're thinking of yourself, and you're thinking, hey, how come this didn't work out? How come I'm going to bed? How come I'm miserable? How come I'm alone? You wake up, you look in the mirror, you go, that's why.
That's why.
Look at you. You have no facial features, and you have little fire trucks on your pajamas. Get a grip on yourself. And you see it in that light, and it keeps...
A little fire trucks on your pajamas?
You don't?
You're not out of that stage yet, huh? Yeah.
No, the fire trucks are getting bigger, you know.
How's the family? You've got the kids there?
No kids. We're still playing with the puppy,
Yeah.
Well, it's good, because you want to keep, I don't mean playing into a cigarette. You know what I'm saying. No, you have to be ready. You have to know things to have kids, I think. You have to have answers, because kids will ask you things, and you go, I don't know, why don't you just keep to yourself, and I'll come back to you as soon as I know things. I don't know a lot of, I don't know simple things. Like, I don't know when I'm going to learn myself that when you go to buy, you go to rent videotapes,
right?
It always costs you a lot more than you thought going in. You have a big sign, 99 cents. You go, it's $1. It's nothing.
Right.
So we'll get 2, we'll get 3, we'll get 5. It's $5. We'll get 5 movies. You know how long it takes you to watch 5 movies? A year and a half. Yeah. It takes you a year and a half. You come back a year and a half later and just paid $1,400 to watch RoboCop. I go, I just wanted to watch a movie. A lot of things I don't understand. I don't know what Martinizing is. Martinizing?
What's Martinizing?
I don't know.
Well, that's outside the...
Dry cleaners.
Dry cleaners.
I don't know what it is, though.
1 hour Martinizing.
Yeah, it's fast and it's $1 more, but I don't know why.
What is Martinizing?
It's a guy named Marty who washes your clothes. I don't know.
Some Marty?
I don't think anybody knows. I've never had anybody. I get all my clothes Martinized, and nobody ever says, "Do you get that Martinized? It looks beautiful." How's that Martinized look? Gorgeous.
We got to take a break here. We're coming right back. Stay where you are. Martinizing. Marty. Okay, we're back. We've seen you.
Yeah, I was here a couple of months ago, and we've been churning out shows.
Yeah.
Churning out those My Two Dads.
Now, are you currently on what they call hiatus or what? I don't know how far you tape ahead.
No, we're in the middle of our season. We had a couple of weeks off for Thanksgiving, and so I thought, gee, I could take time off, but no. So I was working. I was out on the road doing...
clubs and stuff?
Doing clubs, telling jokes to people I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know these people, and I just told... Yes.
And you didn't get on, and I don't like to do that.
I've forgiven you. I've worked it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right with it.
But, it's funny because, as an entertainer, you get kind of keyed up. You get the adrenaline going, ready to come on, and all of a sudden, it's not there.
But that happens. That happens. So what I'll do is tonight I'll just stay extra long. I'll do like 90 minutes.
Even after we go off the air?
Way off the air.
You stay here
right until Letterman. I'll still be going.
Go for Letterman.
Take it out my next time.
It's been a while since...
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, it's
some people love the... Jay Leno, for example, loves to go on the road, plays a couple of hundred and some dates a year.
Yeah. No, I've never really done it that much. I mean, I love when I get a chance to, the working is fun.
Yeah.
Cause they always say, I don't know who said it years ago, but, performers work for nothing and they just get paid to hang out in airports and fly on planes. That's what that's the hard part of it. And I mean, I don't have any fear of flying. I love it. My fear is being trapped next to somebody in a plane who wants to talk for 4 hours. I get these chatting people. They're people who they talk to you and they talk about nothing and they just go on and on. He says, well, with prices the way they are today, I don't have to tell you. I said, good, then talk to somebody else. As long as you're not legally bound to tell me, move along. And people will go on. And it's my fault because I don't know how to return the conversational ball. They'll ask you. I get stymied by simple...
You all know my first guest. Well, maybe you don't all know my first guest. You should. He's one of the co-stars of the NBC comedy series My Two Dads, which airs Wednesday nights at 9:30, and he's a very funny guy. Would you welcome Mr. Paul Reiser? Good to see you again.
Nice to see you,
And I owe an apology because the last time you were here, I think we ran real long one night.